I think we're live, Tux. I think we're good. So if you could, like, get your big fat face out of the way, we'd be just perfect. Let me share this real quick on the Discord. Yeah, no, you can just stay right there and be cute, Tux. Nope, you're not going to do that? You're just going to leave? Alright, dog. Hey, Tux. Sorry, guys. I just got to share this real quick. Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. Hey, wait. Don't leave, Tux. Wait. Taxi. Taxi. Yeah, good boy. I got you. I see. Oh yeah, we got 3 people already? Sweet. Let me just copy paste this Discord link and then we'll be A-okay. This is Tux. He's chilling. Oh yeah, we got 3 people already? Sweet. Oh, you have a power outage? Sounds kinda rip. Alright, let's see here. This is Tux. He's chilling. So he's just gonna hide, which is a little bit not what I wanted, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Alright, let's see here. Let me just add everyone real quick. Yeah, I either do this like before I start streaming. I think that would be like a big help. You know? It's fine. Boom. We good? Alright, sweet. So I'm gonna set this right here and turn the volume off. Yeah. Sweet. Let me get my dog, because that was like the point of the stream. You know, that's kinda like, you know, it's what we're gonna do. So Tux. Stay. You see him? Right there. Stay. Yeah, I think if people join, I'm just going to recap kind of like what happened last week, because it was awesome. It was a good week. Yes, you're just going to stay here with us, right? Yeah, no, it's the dog of the century. And you're going to hide under my... I don't know what he's... You're not just going to stay there, are you? Okay. So there seems to be a little bit of an issue. Yeah, I did get a haircut. I do a thing called Civil Air Patrol, and I had to quit for a little bit because I had some stuff I had to take care of, but it's taken care of, so we're looking nice and kempt. So if you're wondering where my dog went, let me grab this real quick so you guys can see. So like, this is my desk. Yo, look at that. Whoa, that's pretty cool. But like, he's just chilling right there. Oh, never mind, he's not. Alright, if you could like... Oh, that's blurry. Whoa, that's really blurry. Goodness gracious. Sorry for messing that up. Alright. I think we can roll with it. Tux. Tuxie. I'm also going to get some like good... He doesn't want to be in frame. Alright, no, we're going to fix this. Last time, once and for all. Tux. Stay. Get over here. Alright. Get him up. I got you. No, you're good. I see. Can you like turn around? You want to sit right here? No, yeah, you can sit right here. Yeah, good boy. Yeah, good boy. Yeah. Let me point this a little bit more this way. Oh, well, yes, that's good. Camera experts over here. I don't even know what I'm doing. Oh, I think that's fine, right? Is that good? Now just bend down a little bit. Yep. Good thing I decided to do this after the stream started instead of before. Good. Oh, that looks perfect. You look so good. Good job, Tux. Okay. So I guess I just have to like break my neck. How are y'all doing? I guess we can get started soon. But before, how are your guys' day today? It's a Tuesday. And it's getting a little hot, but still, it's fine. What are you looking at? Yeah, no, but long story short, last week, oh, dang, Tux, T-pose. I don't like this. I need to like get it a little bit up. T-pose, Tux, come on. No, that's not. That's getting out of frame, Tux. You gotta get back here. Look, I'll give you a nice spot right here. He does not like cooperating right now. Hold up, Tux, look right here. Tux, right here. Come on. He's shy. A little bit shy. You're okay, Tux. You have, what, Bagel Man? Or no, that's, oh, you're a weak Swudgy. Sorry, I can't read my, the text is a little bit small. So, yeah. Yeah, you did spell that very wrong, but you might want to go, take care of that, because it's a little bit bad. So, I guess once my dog decides to stop being shy, we can start discussing. You want to come out? You want to come out and sit right here? I got a nice space ready for you. Tuxie. Yeah, good boy. Oh, good boy. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he's got it. You're a good boy. Okay. So he's back. I guess I can just start. Y'all good? Y'all good if we start talking? Is that fine? We good? Let me pop out the chat because like I can't read because I'm a blind man. Boom. Okay. Nope, that didn't work. Okay. All right, we're good now. We're good now. We can put on some music if we need to, but right now I'm not gonna have music on. It's gonna be great. Okay. So I guess I should just open up and say like the entire last week I was like, you gonna interrupt me one more time? I don't even know what the point is. Ducks. Well, I hope y'all didn't come here for a dog, because that might not be the case of what we're gonna get. But last week I went with my church to, I forget the name of the island, but it's the island with the Dominican Republic and Haiti, and oh my gosh, like the like most eventful week of my life. Like so many good things happened, so many like not so good things happened. It was pretty cool. Yeah, I guess I should just get started on like what happened, because it was like pretty insane. Like, so first of all, we had, I think I got there Saturday afternoon after some major flight problems. Okay, so like first of all, like if you didn't know, Tux, if you didn't know, when you fly charter planes, they do not always go to plan. Like nothing, and I mean nothing usually ever works like you want it to. So we were expecting to get there by like I want to say we wanted to land at 6 o'clock, but then we had some baggage loss, and then not only did we have baggage loss, but like the planes took a long time. It's turned out the plane that was supposed to go 2 hours before us, we met up with them because their plane was being so slow. So that was a little bit of a bad start, but like not for us because we didn't have to wait. We just gotta kind of like land and go in. It was like great, and that sucks. So that was awesome, and we got there, and the site is the site's pretty cool. So it's this place we stay at. It's got 2 airplane hangars, and one of the airplane hangars is where we do like all of our it's like where we do all of our worship, our sermons and stuff like that. It's also like usually just the best place to chill. And then the other airplane hangar is the cafeteria, and oh my gosh, like the food there, like I think it was usually like chicken or like pork every day and rice, but like dang, they can make some chicken, they can make some pork. We also had a burger night, which was like pretty nice. Yeah, there was they made these things called empanadas, and it's just like fried dough. But inside this fried dough, they put like this chicken stuff, this chicken curry. Oh, my dog left. I think we can get him back. All right, here's my tactic. Here's my tactic. Ready? What's this? Food, right? You got food. Dogs. Dogs. Yeah. I am. Sorry. Yeah, now you're interested. Okay, but like, so let me close my door real quick. You better stay back. I don't know what you're trying to do. Alright. shall we continue? Yeah, no, dog's gonna stay back for a while now because I have these. So, let's continue. So empanadas are like this beautiful like chicken thing, and it's like literally just ground chicken in these fried. If you've ever had an apple pie, but not just like a normal apple pie, like those fried ones that are like really small and they're shaped like half moons, it's that, but instead of apples, it's chicken inside of them, and it's like really, really good. But yeah, that's where we had the cafeteria, and besides that, outside of those, we had a guy's dorm and a girl's dorm, and that's just kind of like where you sleep and take showers and stuff. It was great. Why don't you start the camera, Tubbs? Why don't you do that? Yep. This is great. Look at this. Oh, great. My drink spilled. Tex, can we get some of that? Well, I don't know what I'm trying to do. This dog is like ransacking my room. But anyway. Yeah, no, dog is mad. I can't. I want to tell the story, but like this is so entertaining. Yeah, 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 yeah. This is great. Oh no. Yeah, but that's great. So we landed, and we just kind of chilled the first day. Got there, ate dinner, hung out, went to bed. Nothing too special. And I want to say, oh, don't worry, Tex, I'll get you another one. Second day, we went out and we just toured the community that would be serving in. But it was really scary because it was me and 3 other groups of like 7 people, which sounds okay at first, but it gets a little bit scary. So, like, first of all, I should explain this is a mission trip, so like, try not to spread the word of God because that's like kind of cool. It's like kind of important. And but it's a kind of bad because when you get a big group together, not everyone wants to participate because people are scared. But what they'll do is instead of just like not participating, they'll circle around, but they'll circle in the back. So essentially, you knock on someone's door, or they're already playing out, or they have a shop. It's like, hello, I'd like to talk. And then like behind them is just this crowd of people kind of like whispering to each other. So it's a little scary. I don't really like the first day, but it was fun because we still met some pretty cool people. One of the leaders kept on like, one of the people there kept on like calling this one guy because he had like really pale skin, so he called him like really white, and it was hilarious. And then there was all this weird stuff that happened that first day, but besides that, I just kind of chilled. And this is the 3rd year I've been on this trip, and I formed this group of friends, and like, oh my gosh, so like, there's like, you can have tight groups of friends, but like, dude, you thought, we are like family. We're the closest group of people you'll ever meet. So it's great just to like hang around them again. Yeah, pretty much all we did when we were back is I brought those Enos, and if you don't know what an Eno is, it's just like a really, really nice hammock. It's made of nylon, and it's just like really comfortable. So we'd hang out in those, we'd walk the track, talk about stuff, and it was great. And then the next day was, no, you know what? Yeah, that was Easter, by the way, and that was pretty weird because that was my first Easter away from home, and I mean, it was just kind of cool there because like, here, when you celebrate Easter, you know, you get up in your nicest clothes and you go to church and like celebrate with friends. There, apparently, according to what I've heard from people there, is that Easter literally just means you go to the beach and celebrate. Like, you know, I mean, it's what they do. So that was a thing. But the next day was our first ministry day. And what we did is we had this big thing of charts. And each day, our group would go to a different place. And some days we would come back. And pretty much the main tasks you would have is sports And if you had sports, what you did was just play sports with kids. So we would host camps here. I know that's what we did one day. Is at our place we had soccer, baseball, I want to say basketball. Yeah, soccer, baseball, basketball. But because it's the Dominican, every single, and I don't mean like every single as in like most, I mean like every single kid wants to play baseball because that is like their sport. They will do things in the Dominican where like from 8 years old to 16, people will train solely to become a major league player, and if they don't get that major league thing, it's just like they don't know what to do. It's really sad, but it's also pretty cool because baseball is my favorite sport because I played it for I'm gonna say 9 years. Oh, yo, we finally had someone say something. Yeah, no, you're good, mate. Like I don't expect people. Oh, someone else came. Hey, sweet. But yeah, so I'm hosting soccer, and it's a little bit sad because when these kids came to our camp, we randomly put them in a different sport, and every single person's wearing a baseball jersey. So when they say, "Oh yeah, nice baseball jersey," you're gonna play soccer. They get a little bit disappointed. But the other thing that they didn't tell us was that I was expecting to like have these like 7-year-old kids run out of the field and it would be all cute. These guys were like same age as me, if not older, and they're already really good at sports. So we were a little bit out of our league, you could say. Yeah, that was a little bit weird, but still, it was really fun. So we played all these games. You could tell they were having a great time. Um, Not only that, but like we played this one game where you would lock arms with another kid, and you would have a circle, and your only goal is to keep the ball in the circle while other people try to kick it off, or you could try to kick away other people. But because we did that, we were able to like form these partners. And I don't speak Spanish very well, but I have taken 3 years of Spanish classes. And in those 3 years, I guess I just learned enough where I could carry on basic conversations, which is pretty okay. I wish I could speak more because sometimes like having really deep conversations and really fluent, fast conversations would be cool. But I can kind of speak at like a medium rate and say like the very basics. But still, we got points across. Yeah. And then after that, we just shared our testimony and a little bit about the gospel, which we usually do every time. So that was sports here, and that's the first thing we did. Another day, we did sports away, but we didn't host a camp. We literally went to someone's school, and it was a school that was just far, far out. And there were like 30 kids, and they were just, oh my gosh, it was so cool. Just going there, they were all like so happy to see us, and then we were able to like play volley. I played 5 games, like 6 games of volleyball with these kids, and they're pretty good. Like you'd be surprised. I was expecting just to like kind of play for fun, but like I definitely wasn't like holding everything back. Like I was playing a little bit for fun because like they knew how to play the game. They were good. So yeah, that was another thing we did. But that wasn't Monday. On Monday we did the sports thing I was talking about with the soccer. And about the soccer. So there's this game called World Fair. Not World Fair. World Cup, because that's the soccer tournament. And for World Cup, it would be 2 of us, the students, paired with 1 Dominican kid, and you would choose a country. And based on what country you choose, pretty much the entire point of the game is to like score a goal for your country. So if you choose your country to be the United States, when you kick the ball, you say United States and like kick it in, and it's like you get a point and you just get to sit out, and then the last one out is kind of like kicked, and then everyone joins back, and then you keep on doing it until there's 1 person left. So we're going around picking countries, and we didn't want to pick it for the kid because we wanted the kid to pick it, and we're talking, and they're going around. It's like, yeah, we want to be Chile, yeah, we want to be Spain, we want to be Argentina, we want to be like another France, and then they got to us, and we're like, okay, what do you want to be? What do you want to be? And he goes, Miami. So we rolled with it, and I don't want to say Miami did too good because we lost, but like we got pretty far in there. We got like 5 rounds. Miami was doing good, and that was like cool because we got all these like lame old countries, and then we got like Miami, the absolute beasts, stomping on the competition. But yeah, that was first day. And then after that, we had lunch, and then we went to construction, which I'll explain. In construction, essentially what we're doing is just building a house because I forget what it was. If it was the Earth. Oh no, it was a golly. What was the name of that like big hurricane? Is that Irma? I don't remember. But because of the hurricanes, like some of the houses went down, and like the houses there already aren't in the best shape. So we were able to do this thing where like we were building these really like for their like nice houses, like concrete, wood frames, and yeah. So mostly what I did was just like heavy lifting. So like the box with like 30 hammers, 2 power saws, uh, like all the equipment, stuff like that. Because like that's pretty much like the only thing I can do is heavy lifting. I'm not the fastest dude, but yeah. And then what we did was we built these wood frames. Sorry, I'm not reading the chat, by the way. Oh yeah, dude, Miami Mafia. Um, we were building these wood frames, and all we had to do, I mean, literally all we had to do was build like a rectangle of wood and have wood pieces every 24 inches. That was it. That was our job. So we started out by marking the wood. So we had everything that we needed marked, and then we did the 2 on the ends. And all you have to do is like put 2, make sure it's flush, make sure it's not like bent anyway, nail it in with 2 nails. That's good. Do it on the other side. That's good. And then is when you have to space every single one after that. But because it's construction, it's really precise. So if you're like a centimeter off, your frame's just not going to work. So we have this right here already. It's like, let's see if I can get this right. Just a flat thing, 2 bottoms. So 24 inches, go over, measure it, nail it in. It's okay. Go over 24 inches, nail it in. Everything's like going fine. But then we realize like a few of the things that we've nailed before are just not looking right. Like they're kind of hanging off a little bit. They're kind of just chilling at an angle. We're like, that's not good. But we assumed it would fix itself. And by the end, we had all the little things nailed in. So we flipped it over, and when we flipped it over, like 2 of the things straight fell off. But once again, because we didn't really have to like do much, we just kind of put them back on and did the other side. And when we put that top side on, we start from left to right. So we would nail the top side on. What's going on? I don't know what my dog's seeing. He's about to be seeing some food. He talks. Yeah. But we would nail from left to right, like I was saying. So that first one, that first post that we did, did that first. And as we kept on going, we were noticing stuff was getting a little bit weird, a little bit skewed. And as we measured, it was no longer 24 inches. It was like 28 on some. It was like 22 on some. It was not good. So we had to take it off, redo it, and I don't understand how we failed like 4 times, but we did. It was just bad. And oh yeah, look at the camera. And I guess by the end we were like so fed up with having to retry this simple like grade that we put all mental effort possible to making sure it was fine. And we were measuring every single little thing perfectly. It was going so good. First post, 24 inches. Second post, 24 inches. Third post, 24. Fourth, 24. Fifth, 24. Last one, 32 inches. And what had happened is every time we were building, in order to accommodate for the 24 inches, we were pushing it back. And we didn't realize it just because like it was so minor. But you had all these like just... Tux, can you... We had all these straight lines This last one was just spent like 45 degrees, and oh, hey buddy. Mm-mm. It was just bad. Unfortunately, we had to leave. But the bus that came and picked up, like the way we get around is by these like big tour buses. I seat like 24 people, so that's like 36 for us. So there was a translation issue, and we said that we need to be picked up by 4. So the translator goes, "Okay, cuatro." Turns over to the bus driver, says, "Yeah, you need to be picked up by 5." So we stay an extra hour, and essentially it was just more lifting. Like I carried all the spare wood back, and then more boxes and such. But there was a vendor, and I bought a glass Coke from the vendor. I'm like, listen, I've had glass coolers from Home Depot. Like they're aight. They can't be that good. They were that good. I've never had a better Coke in my life. It was so refreshing. First of all, because we've been doing like all this work, and dang, it was just the best part. And I also have to notice them. So like, it's pretty hot down there in the Dominican. Probably like I'm most days are like high 80s, high 90s. So it was definitely pretty hot. And then we had to wear a color every day because we were doing this thing called a vacation Bible school, and pretty much that's just kind of like the program we put on for the kids to show the gospel and our testimony and entertain them, and it's great. But in order for them to recognize us, we have to wear the same shirt. That first day where we played soccer for like 4 hours and then did the construction, the shirt color was black, and black is like the hottest color you can wear. But it was still great, and that was probably my favorite day, just because of all the stuff we gotta do. So we get back, yeah, that was his first day. I should explain the dorm rooms, but I might later because there was so much funny stuff that goes on. It's like the absolute best. Um, Day 2, the color we had to wear was red and white, so that was fine. But our tasks were VBS in the morning, and then we did door to door, which is kind of like walking around the village and just like asking, starting up conversations like, "How's your day? How are you doing? Is there anything we can pray for you about?" Or like, "Do you go to church down here? Is there anything like we?" So essentially, we just had conversations with these people, and man, I'll start with VBS, but door to door is insane because like there's so many good people. It's crazy. But with VBS, oh my gosh, we get to the school and it's just these 2 towering buildings filled with children, and there's a lot of people at the school, but like the education's not too good because first of all the teachers are like scared of the students because some of the kids get like a little bit weird. It's kind of, I mean, it's a little bit understandable, but like they get a little bit out of hand at times. But we walked in those gates and they saw us through the little like shutters they had, and it was just an eruption of and like, oh my gosh, they were so excited. It was so great. So we dropped like, I just carried a water bottle on me. I dropped it off by their. They had like a separate room, separate thing for a cafeteria. So it was like probably a really good school. And then all the kids rushed out, and it was just so great because like you had different classes of kids. So all the like 10 or younger girls would kind of like find another like American girl and just like latch on and just hug them, and it was adorable and it was the cutest thing. Uh, the younger guys would just run around and just run and run. Like the amount of energy those kids have is like unparalleled. It's insane how much they have. Like they can run around and do like talk for ages, and it's great. And then some of the older ones get like a little bit weird because like I don't know, they'll like misbehave a lot and say some like really like kind of like weird things that you would not want to be told. But yeah, so that was the thing. And pretty much what I did is I made the mistake of speaking Spanish because I said, hey, I've taken 3 years of Spanish. I've taken honors classes. I mean, I can probably speak it and have some fun times with the kids. So I said, like, yeah, no, hola, ¿cómo está? Muy bien. Like, started saying all this, like, just average stuff that anybody could learn. And once you say "Cómo está?" or "Cómo estás?", you're just like dead. Because immediately what starts clicking in these minds is like, oh, these people speak my language. So instead of saying hi or like doing signs, it's just, oh, hola, me llamo Jorge. And it's like, it's a lot of words. And I felt so bad because I was trying to understand what they were saying. And then like, ¿Qué más despacito, por favor? And they're like, okay, okay. And like, K was my most used word. So because I was too like I didn't want to have to like disappoint these people with conversations, I started up a little piggybacking business. Because like I said before, pretty much the only thing I'm good for right now is like carrying heavy things. So hey Tux, you're gonna hide. So yeah, I piggybacked one kid. He said caballito, which means horse. Because we say piggyback here, but they call it horseback. Oh my gosh. One kid. I just put him on my back. I ran around for like a minute. It was fine. Put him down. 4 others surrounded me. I'm like, oh, yeah, absolutely. So I pick one, and then all the other ones start complaining. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like putting them in order, run around, come back, and they multiply. And it's like 12 at this point. I'm like, okay, this cannot stay. So, I'm still like going through my order, and then like my order is like reaching like it gets to the point where they're like following me now. And they're like trying to trip me over because they want a next turn. It's great because they're so. You gotta realize this entire time I'm talking about like, Tux, come here, Tux, up here, come on. These are like kids, and it's hilarious because they're so cute and they have all these high pitched voices, but they were getting like kind of angry at each other. So I started turning it into like a game. Yeah, no, I was literally a horseman. It was insane, but like. I was just running and running and running. And it's like 90 degrees out. But it was perfect. It was great. And eventually, instead of trying to get them in a line, I set them all up into a horizontal line, and I ran away, and it was just a race. And first one to reach me got the piggyback ride. But then the slower kids couldn't get to me, so then I started picking up a few of them, but they were usually like really, really heavy. And then by the end, because I couldn't manage, I had some on this arm, and on the back. And it was just like the juggernaut. Like, yeah, I felt like it was insane. Yeah, no, the dog's wising up. Tux, you good? Let me come over here. I'll actually feed him one, because Tux, come here. You got it? You got it, Tux? Look. Right here. Right here. Yep. Just come up a little bit. Yep. In frame. Good boy. Yeah, stay right here. See? It's not a bait. But, yeah. So that was pretty insane. And then they finally called us in. And this is kind of where we did our part. So we all went into that cafeteria room I was talking about. And did our, like, little spiel. Our class. So it was a bunch of different things. So first we sat down, we did some songs. And, like, the dances to these songs are ridiculous. And they're so funny. Because, like, let's see, there's the Jesus is my superhero one. He goes like, Jesus es mi superhero, na vida ser mejor. Jesus es. And you do all these things, and it's like, you say, yeah, 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 better than superhero. So it was better than Spider-Man, better than Superman, better than Batman, better than Yu-Gi-Oh! Barbie was one of them, and Dragon Ball. So that was really fun. We did all those dances, and then after that, yeah, no, it was just great. Oh, there goes my dog. Rip. Okay, well, like, anyway, we'll try to get him back later. Second day, we're still doing all that VBS stuff, and it was wonderful. The part I did for the kids was a play, and I had like a born.
Ella, stop!
Stop.
He's on a call.
Oh my gosh.
He's on a schoolwork recording. Come on, Tux.
Close it. No, Tux is.
Okay, Tux. Tuxie.
My apologies.
I told you to stay out there.
It's good.
Stay out.
Well, I guess I should continue. I'm gonna have to leave soon because I have like a lot of work to do, so I'll try to like finish up the rest of this pretty quick. Part I did was a play. So I dressed up as a disciple, and we were doing all the things about Jesus and his miracles. So it's kind of like he was we had a man dressed up as Jesus with like a beard and hair and everything. It was great, and we were just kind of like doing what disciples do, kind of like following him around, like telling people to get away from him. But then Jesus is like, nah, bring them all here, because like I want to perform some miracles, and it was great. And then we left, and that was heartbreaking. And then for door to door, we only talked to 5 people. And the first 3 were kind of like, one of them was like a motorcycle like bunch, and then another one was just 3 guys like sitting around a house, and they were kind of like laughing at us a little bit. But you know, it was fine because we were here what we were gonna do. Yeah, no, we're dogless, fellas. We're dogless, and it hurts. But anyway, the last 2 houses we went to, I still remember the last girl's name. Her name was Rafaela, and she was an absolute angel. Like, we went to her house, and first of all, like, no one says, like, no. It's not like the thing where, like, if people come up knocking on your door, like, yo, hi, it's like, it's like, shh, don't tell anyone we're here. They'll literally invite you in. And she was just, like, so happy. She owned a hair care salon inside her house. She had, like, a chair in the back. It was really cool. And, like, it was pretty cool because, like, literally some of these houses are, like, you know those, like, tin sheets that look like ruffles? The chips? They're just those, like, nailed together in any which way. But these people are still happy as ever, and it's, like, amazing. But, yeah. And, yeah, we just talked if there was anything that we could do for them or pray for them about what was going on. You know, it was pretty nice. After we left, I guess, like, all of that's in the hands of the Lord. But there was a church nearby, and the pastor was, like, really cool. The only thing I remember about the pastor, besides him being, like, really nice, was when I gave him a handshake, he completely, like, instead of doing this, he curled his hand up like this, went past my hand, and grabbed my wrist. And I was kind of like, did I just, like, miss, or is this, like, how a custom? So I still don't know about that. But, you know, it was still really, really cool. And then the next day was Wednesday. The color was green. And we did sports, which was awesome. And I want to say feeding. Essentially what feeding is when we wrap up these little bags of food. So we'll put like a pound of rice, a pound of flour, some like oil, salt, just cooking materials, and hand them out in bags. And it's just like door to door with food. So that was that. And I guess, like, for sports, that was the entire thing with volleyball, and it was nothing like the VBS with a 200-kid site. It was, like, 20 kids. But, man, I had such a fun time playing volleyball, and the teacher joined in. It was great, and everyone was having such a good time. And that, honestly, like, wasn't a very special day. It was interacting with the kids again, which was great. More piggyback rides at the end. They started, like, we did chicken fights a little bit, which was great. And then, yeah, it was just essentially volleyball and, like, sharing, like, stories and stuff. It was great. And then after that was feeding. Or it may have been the other way around. I forget. Yeah, but feeding... No, man, I really do not remember. That stinks. But feeding was there. And once again, it was just, like, more great conversations with all these people. It was definitely a smaller village with, like, the houses were, like... It was, like, every house was kind of, like... It was like this sugarcane field kind of enveloped these houses. And they were pretty run down as well, but everyone was welcoming us and just, like, saying all these nice things. Some of them had, like, instead of stoves, it was just like a wood fire with like a pot over it cooking like some like I don't even know what it was. But yeah. That was kind of like the most uneventful day. I swept the church, and that's when I realized I have like a knack for sweeping. Like I'm a king at sweeping. Like, you may think you can sweep, but you are like the worst at sweeping compared to me. Also, sorry for staring. Like you've probably seen me stare here for like literally over half the video, and that's because this is where the text is, and I like have to look. Oh, yeah, my watch ran out of batteries. That's the worst thing that happened. That's the saddest thing that's ever happened to me. I've been wearing this watch for like 6 months. But anyway, and then the last day. Last day was yellow, and of course, like I gotta like a second. I gotta rep real quick because Cowboys, Wyoming. Like I gotta wear it. Not, it wasn't this exact shirt, but it was another Wyoming shirt because like I love Wyoming. And are we still here? Are we good? What just happened? Did you just crash? I think, Bagel Man, you might have just like actually crashed my stream. You fool. I don't know what you did. I'm gonna blame that on you because I don't know how to fix this. Hey, at least we're back. But like, so VBS was the same, except the kids were just really well behaved. Like the day before in the red shirts, they were like yelling and screaming, and they weren't like be quiet, and they wouldn't look and pay attention. But this day they were really really tame, and I had these two kids around me, and I was just like, you know, kind of making sure they listened and like making them do their like we have like a sticker craft, and it was great. But then this is like the realest part. We went to Casa de Luz, and it was just our group. And normally everywhere else we'd go, we'd have 3 other groups, or 2. This was just us. And we arrived at this place, and like, I knew it was a special needs orphanage, but I didn't realize to what extent. So we walked in, and it was just a bunch of hospital beds. Everywhere. Like, go into a room, circle of hospital beds. Another room, circle of hospital beds. And these people, like, so first of all, like, the shapes, and this sounds awful, but it's like every single limb went a random direction, and like there's one where like feet went like no, the legs went this way, and then the feet went like back one more. It was insane, and like most of the people just didn't have like much cognitive function, just because like the lack of sight, the lack of hearing, the lack of like touch, and all these things. But there's this one girl who had a Down syndrome, and the second she saw someone, she just gave him the biggest hug I've ever seen, and it was like the most adorable thing. But like, I was just walking around, and it was insane because all I could really do was like just kind of like touch their hand, like pray for them, because you couldn't carry on a conversation because they couldn't do that. It was just a little bit tough though, because like I was confused because each one of these people, like, not only like have they had like they don't have like physical things, like they don't have this computer, this like camera, like this room. Their parents are gone, and their senses are gone, so they are left with like nothing. But every single one was smiling with like the biggest smile you could ever see, and just this like wonder in their eyes. And I was just thinking, like, how? Like, you you don't have anything, but you're still like blissful, and I just found that beautiful. It was amazing. And then our group leader started handing out stuff that we could play with them, and there was a lot of instruments. And this one kid started singing, and it was like the most glorious thing, because like he was singing along, and then we just walked around and more stuff like that. And there was this one girl. It was like last 30 minutes before we left, and she was kind of like whining in her bed, and she had, I thought her eyes were in the back of her head, but she just had a massive cataracts. So her eyes were like gray and white to the point where like she definitely couldn't see. So I just kind of got beside her and I started hitting the tambourine. Just a random beat, did something completely mindless, and she kind of stopped crying, and she was just kind of like reaching for it and like looking, so I was just kind of like letting her hit it, and then I started whistling, and I remember the exact bang. It was and I would just repeat that and do like the variation, but she was smiling like the entire time, and for the rest of the 30 minutes, I was just sitting there and just watching, and it was like, I guess that just hit me. So that was like a pretty tough one. And then the other reason that was tough is because that was the last ministry I did at the DR, like ever. And I knew that because I was like leaving on the bus and I was like, man, that was it, like 3 years of doing this over and over again with all these kids, and it's just like done. It was weird. So we come back, and the last day is beach day. And essentially for beach day, we literally just chill at the beach. And we got there. It was great. We had a very nice lunch, me and my friends, and played ping pong. And like, if anyone like wanted, like, if one of you guys are watching right now and you want to say you're better at ping pong, like let's just pull up that like complete like win record, no loss by me. Just saying. Yeah, we did that. We played pool, swam, talk. It was just a great day. And then Saturday, which was the day that we left, rolled by, and it was weird because like that entire spot. Once again, we've been there for years and years, and it was like the last time we would ever be there. This was pretty somber. We took some pictures, and then the first flight headed out, and it was just me and in my opinion, my best friend, and we just talked for like hours, just about like everything. It was like, man, weird. And as we finally left, we got to the airport, and it turns out the first plane that left 2 hours before us hasn't even like gone through baggage check, and we ended up leaving before them. But we were still held up to the point where we were supposed to get home at like 9 o'clock, but I got at the airport at past 1 o'clock, so it was a little bit late. But yeah, it's just amazing. And there's so many more things that happened. Like I can like try and like breeze over what happened at these sites, but you can't like. There's no like feeling. There's no words to describe like how it was, and like I can't even like describe anything about like this friend group because like it's really tight. The stuff we do is like really tight, so I can't really like talk about that. But like, man, this is insane. It kind of stinks because like back here, I just feel like a little bit shallow because there's not as much stuff that goes on. It's strange, but yeah, that's essentially the entire reason I was gone. And oh, watch is broke. Can't check it. I'm just gonna end the little mini stream right there. Thanks for tuning in. If you're still here, but yeah, essentially just what happened. It was great. It was amazing. Dog is gone, so it stinks. But yeah, that was it. So thank you guys for stopping by. That's my week. See you later.